Hi everyone, today we're going to talk about VEO. What this is a new concept invented by Taylor Coates, I think, or at least that's the first time I'm saying this. So we're going to review this article written by this writer on Search Engine Land, and it's super interesting. And we're going to talk about AR and VR and how you need to prepare for that for your e-commerce business. And we're going to see a few examples from Walmart, Google, Snapchat, Instagram, implementing new AR features and how you can start tapping into all of that. If you like this content, please consider subscribing to the channel, commenting below and liking this video, because all of that is going to help us a lot. It's going to grow the channel and it tells us that you like the content and that it's helpful to you. So thank you in advance. This video is brought to you by Ad360. Ad360 is the easiest way to start advertising all over the web in just one click. If you want to try for yourself, there's a link in the description to try the app or to book a call with the team. Okay, let's get into the content. So this is the article, Virtual Environment Optimization, VEO, is coming. Are you ready for it? So I will put the link of this article in the description below because it's super long, it's super interesting. We're not going to review everything. I'm just going to explain you the gist of it and what I think about that. But I think it's super clever. So obviously they're naming this VEO, that's a reference to SEO, SEO search engine optimization. And basically just like in SEO, you need to work on your content to make the content more easily found by Google and to make sure you get more traffic and you get easily viewed by users. You need to start thinking of your virtual content, and you can start thinking about your product catalog and your content and your website in terms of virtual environment optimization to place your website and your business ahead of the curve. And this might be super helpful. This might be a way for your store to pick up, to get noticed, to blow up in terms of sales and revenue, because you're going to be a pioneer and an early adopter of these new technologies. Why not, right? Of course, it's super early. Most businesses or people listening to this video are going to say, oh, but I have so many problems already with my SEO, my website, my the shipping and so on, the marketing, the emailing. Why do I need to care about this other thing, which is something that's really not here for most users yet? Is it not too early to take care of that? But I'm going to tell you, it's like SEO, it's a long-term game, and you need to think about it when you start producing content and your website. And the sooner you tackle this problem and you make things the right way, the less effort it's going to need along the way and the more results it's going to yield over the long term. And if you're one of the early adopters and one of the pioneers today of VEO, virtual environment optimization, you're going to get decoupled, really outsized returns, in my opinion, because you can be one of the first to adopt this new technology. And we know that virtual reality is going to change the shopping environment. There are many studies that show it's going to be a multi-billion-dollar industry. It's going to come a lot. 60% of customers, they said they would rather shop with AR experiences. So people are not doing it today, most likely because they can't and because too few businesses employ that, not because they don't want to. And if you answer that need for customers, then they're going to like your brand more. And 40% of users are likely to spend more on customizable items through AR. So they're going to spend more time looking at the products, looking at the different customization. They're going to spend more time and more money with your product, and they're going to buy it more frequently. So the conversion rate will be higher, the average order value will be higher. So there are only benefits to tackling this problem. So I really advise you to start thinking about that and try being ahead of the curve, right? It's not because it's not widespread yet that you shouldn't take care of that, right? On the contrary, because it's not widespread yet, there is an opportunity for your brand. Even if you're a small brand, a small website, you can be a pioneer, an early adopter. You can outshine your competition, differentiate yourself by employing these virtual environment optimization techniques. Okay, so I'm not going to go through in detail, but you have a few tips here for different types of business groceries, clothing, home goods, and how to prepare for virtual content. Let me show you a few examples. So for example, Walmart, the home furniture products, for example, they make sure that you can use these AR tools to see how the home furniture would look like in your home. And that's great. And you're going to be more likely if you can browse, and contrary to other websites with Walmart, you can actually look at your living room and you can say, oh, would this couch fit here? Oh, it would be nice. And this color, I like it. And if you spend like 15 minutes with your loved one looking at the different colors and saying, oh, would you rather have it in this corner or that corner? At the end of the process, you're going to buy it from there. You're not going then to go on another website that don't have all these options and buy from this other place. So this really playful, gamified experience is going to be increasing the conversion rate, in my opinion. And don't worry about these tools if you don't know how they work. There are plenty of AR tools online that you can implement in your business to implement the same Walmart experience. Okay. So that's great. I'm not going to go too much about this one. Let's go. So Google as well. So nowadays, you don't have even to implement complex tools on your website. You can just let Google do the work. So on Google Shopping, they're going to start allowing more and more people to do that themselves. So Google handles the technological aspect. What you have to do is provide, in addition to a 2D image of your product, you need to add a 3D model. And again, there are ways to create 3D modeling of your products. If your supplier is not doing that, maybe consider doing it yourself. That would be a great value add. For example, people ask me sometimes, is dropshipping dead or not? If you're doing the dumb way of just taking like 100 different products that have nothing in relationship with one another from AliExpress and selling that in the US with 3 weeks delivery, of course, and with a 80% markup, that's not going to be successful. But if you create a real dropshipping store where you add value, you add information, you educate the customer, you really source really niche products that are really good, you test them yourself, you give a detailed test and detailed comparison and review with a ton of information. Basically, if there's any value added, then dropshipping is still a great business, and I'm 100% sure there's going to be a new generation of dropshipping businesses that just take a bunch of products from old school manufacturers, suppliers, and just add a ton of very high value added marketing techniques on top of that, like 3D modeling, using AR, shopping experience, and they're going to make a lot of money through that. So that's something that you could do as well, and leverage the Google where you just have to do a 3D modeling. So again, there are a ton of tools online to do that. You could hire someone on Fiverr to create models of your products. So even if you know nothing about AR, VR, that's not an excuse. That's something you can start doing today. Snap. So Snapchat. So Snap is a new name actually. So I should be saying Snap. So Snap, they're also introducing new AR technology. So you see these shoes. These are running shoes. You can click AR and you can start looking at your feet and you can see yourself with the shoe. So that's a great stuff as well. So if you want to start selling products on social media, all of these social media like Snap, Facebook, Instagram, you see they're going to start implementing AR features. So if you make these products AR enabled and VR enabled, you're going to give more shopping experience opportunities to people on social media and other platforms like Google, as we saw. And your products are going to be highlighted, they're going to be differentiated, they're going to stand out, and they're going to be bought more frequently. And as you saw in the initial article we read, people are also going to be able to pay more, or they're going to be willing to pay more for your product. 40% are likely to spend more on these items. So that's also a great way to charge more if you add these AR shoppable experiences. Okay, I hope I gave you a few ideas, even though it's very early on and you might think it's too early to start thinking about that. Those of you that will, jump the, jump the chasm and start, working on that. Those that start making a move today, even though you're an early adopter, that's exactly why it's possible to stand out. So I really think it's a great idea to start implementing that in your business, and that's a way to differentiate yourself. So thanks again to Search Engine Land and to Taylor Coates for this wonderful article. So you'll find all the links I reviewed today in the description if you want to give it more thought and more and read it in more details. I wish you a lot of success, a lot of sales. See you soon. Bye.